Hi guys, right, it's Alan again. Now, where we left off last time, we found ourselves a cabin and built ourselves a bed. That means we have got a little roof over our heads, which is wonderful. When we're starting back in the same place again. This time, we're going to be looking at our water supply, because it's all very well picking up endless cans of Coke, but it would be so much more helpful to actually have our own water coming in. Now, we were very lucky to actually find in the boot of a car a bucket. That doesn't happen every time. Now, if we didn't have that bucket, I'll show you how you could make one. I will just check the boot of these cars very quickly. Ooh, loads of components. Wonderful. Nada. Now, anything in this one? Yeah, chocolate. Ooh, no little combat knife. Wonderful. Okay, let's go back to our cabin. You will find, by the way, that after the first couple of episodes, I'll probably be driving everywhere rather than walking. Don't know why. Sixth Sense just kicked in there. There we go. And there's a bear. At this moment in time, that is the only type of animal in the game. Sorry, that and chickens. And we will be using bears a bit later on in one of the later episodes, but right now we just want to stay very clear of him, because we could empty our entire clip of ammo straight into that bear's skull and he would still kill us. So I'm quite happy with him over there, and he's despawned. Wonderful. And us over here. Okay. A bit too far south, that was up there. So, that said, that's the water supply we're going to be using. Just keep running. So, in the same way we built the bed, we're going to build our first bit of equipment next, which is going to be the water filtration. And once we built the water filtration, we are going to have, hopefully, no problem with drinks anymore. So let's see what we need. That's in this tab here. DIY water purifier, we need 1 bucket, which we have. 6 metal scraps, sure we got plenty. 4 firewood, and a load of stones. So, what do we have? I think, to begin with, we might have to reorganise, because this is getting a bit messy at the moment. I can do that sort of off air. Right, dump a load of stuff in here. Let's chuck it all in here now, we can deal with that later. Spark plug, I'm going to have to get some more storage very soon. Okay. We have got the 8 rocks. That one's a spare, that can go over there. What else was it? Got the 8 rocks. We need firewood, metal scraps. There's 2 there. Sure, I've picked up quite a lot of them. That's 7. That's fine, that's plenty, so that one can go back. Now, I don't know where I put that bucket, we'll find out in a minute. And the firewood. So, where's the bucket? There's the bucket. Now the firewood. Oh great, the mist is about to come. I did notice there's another log over here. I think there was. Oh, firewood, firewood, firewood. I'm hearing a bear. No, I'm not. I'm hearing zombies. Okay, we'll have to make a 4th firewood. That's rather annoying. Here we go again. Let's go and hide upstairs for a bit. So, to make firewood, we need logs and an axe. Unfortunately, there's not a lot we can do while the mist's on. think it's sod's law we need 4 of them rather than just 3. But we've got an axe, so let's try and skip a bit of time. He's going to let us while he's outside. We will start killing zombies at some point, just not soon. There we go. Perfect. Right. Let's bring up our axe. Pick a tree, any tree, this one will do. You notice that it drops loads and loads of stuff. Wonderful. Right, we'll grab all these little bits and pieces. Leaf, branch. Bark, bark, bark. Bark. Is that everything? Strange, normally more than that. Okay, so we've got our axe, so that means that we can now make loads of firewood. And having a load of firewood means that we can now go build water purifier. Where are we? I'm going to put that around the side here, so it's out of the way. Yeah, somewhere about there. Now, before we come on to that, I'm actually going to go at something very quickly, because I need to show you what happens if you didn't find a bucket, because we did get very lucky with that. There is a way of making a bucket, which is on the workbench in this workshop over here. Now, you can... Where are we? Somewhere around. Generate the trash bin. There we are. You can build a workbench, 16 planks, load of that. But where we've set up, there's not a huge amount of point because we're just going to steal this one. Now this takes a bit of jiggling getting out of here. It will go. Eventually. There we go. Just twist it around a bit more. Somewhere there. Yes! Oh, almost. Yeah. So, yeah. Just sprinting through the forest, holding my workbench. Oh, want a treat. Now if I keep all this next to the house, it's going to be easier to show you these things than it is to keep going over to the same place. We'll have that on the other side. Not happy with that, needs to go back a little bit more. There we go. Perfect. So, the axe away, interact, and there's lots of things you can build. One of them is a bucket, which is 4 scrap and 1 component. Very, very simple if you didn't find a bucket. But we were lucky, we did, so it saved us a load of scrap. Now, the next thing is interact. To make our water, we need matches, firewood, and tree bark, and water. Well, matches we've got, firewood we've got, what we haven't got at the moment is water, and I don't think I remember picking up a water bowl. No. So, way around that is we will make ourselves a water bowl. 2 components for 1 water bowl. Now, the more you make, the easier this is, but being perfectly honest with you, I don't particularly want a load of them hanging around, taking up a load of room, so we'll just make 2 of them. It's going to mean 4 trips, so bear with me. but 2. And the other reason I only want 2 is because we will end up finding a load of these around the world anyway, so we know how 2 water bowls. So, down to the water. Da, da, da. It's starting to get a bit dark now. Fill bottle. We'll fill this one. And you'll notice that when I do this, it says, if I mouse over it, unsafe. And that's because it's just come out of the bloody river. Just come out of the lake. So, we need to purify it before we can drink it. So that little filtration system of ours, that's what's going to do the job for us. It's not an instant thing, it doesn't just go in there and come out the other side, it takes a little bit of time. But that's fine. So, for that bottle there, we want to give it all 2 litres. Give. Back. Now, what I should mention is that once this system's going, you can't actually add water to it then until it's finished that complete cycle. So that's why I want to fill it right up now. That filtration system takes a maximum of 16 litres, which with 2 bottles, do the math, is 4 runs. So we're on run number 2. Feel free to skip this part of the video because it's going to be just me running up and down filling that thing up. Now, there is one other part of the whole water process I want to show you off this as well. It's going to be covering water in depth as much as possible. That's right. Give it 2 litres. Back. Give it 2 litres. That's up to 8 litres. Perfect. I'd like to try and complete this before it gets dark. So you've already seen, the reason I like this little cabin is because A, there's a car that's right outside the front of it that you can work on. B, it's only a very, very short distance from a fairly easy source of water. And also, if you do really well and you want to upgrade to that big house afterwards, it's not difficult to get all your stuff over there, because I mean, most of the stuff that you build is movable. So you can just move it all over there if you want to spend 20 minutes doing it. And it's also very close to the garage, where you can get a free workbench. It's very close to another little house I'll show you in a minute, where I can get another part of the water thing for free. And another 2 litres, give. That's fine, and another 2. Right, last run. Light now. Now I showed you that house, that little cabin next to us, that's got respawnable zombies in there. There's a couple of other things around this area too. The left hand side of the lake over there, there's a little, over there, there's a house, little one there as well. The one on the right I know has respawnable zombies. The one on the left I've seen zombies in. I don't know if they're respawnable or not because I only went there once. But also off to our right hand side over there, behind where that second house is, there's also a raider camp where we'll find our first companion, but we need to get a lot stronger first before we get that. Wrong. Got to put the water in. So, hence right. That's going to be this full then. That. And now we can start it. So I'm going to go and grab my matches. Should be here somewhere. There, wonderful. And we've got everything we need. That's full of water, so we go distill. It catches fire, you see it dripping down. If we watch this bottom counter here, you'll see it very slowly fills up. Right. So, it's getting dark. What I'm going to do is, remember what I said to you, which is the front door's around there. We're going to walk directly back. Hopefully we don't see a bear or anything, because that would be a disaster. There's a chicken. Up in this direction somewhere. Oh, there's a motor. It's this way a little bit. Is this cabin. Now what this cabin is useful for is, on the right hand side of it, is a water butt, which we can move. So thank you very much. Run through the forest. You normally stood in your water barrel. La la la. And when that water is distilled, we'll have a little sleep and check out them. Oh, there's the raider camp. Wrong one. Now, we'll have sleep, but in the morning, when there's a bit of water done, we will see how this works. I'll give me some stamina. Just a little bit of stamina. This we're going to plonk down right next to our distillery. So we've got a nice little water system going. Perfect. How's it doing so far? It's done not very much, so it's got late, we'll call it a night. Have a little nap, we're on 8 o'clock. And we're getting thirsty, isn't that a shame? But it's not a problem, because now we'll see how our little purifier has done. 3 litres. So we'll take that. We'll put the bottle back in the inventory, we'll take that. And what we'll do is we'll have a nice little drink of that, drink it to enough. Wonderful. And the rest of it, water container, give. So although we're not carrying any water on us, anytime we want it now, it's inside there. See that? Yeah, water, 3 litres. It's a 100 litre barrel, so that effectively, between these two, gives us very, very easy access to as much water as we want. And that is water. I'm probably going to have a quick reorganise before the episode next time. But, yeah, there we go. That's how you get water.